Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Let's go, D. Strong left, strong left, strong left. 3 down, 3 down. Watch 80, watch 80. He likes to get those jump balls. Hey, switch gears. So we're going to 53. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Slam, slam, slam. So we're going to 54. Why ain't? Shift. Hey, watch the shift, watch the shift. Check 50, check 50. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, 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 twist. Shift, shift.
They run with Ezekiel Elliott, last year's NFL rushing leader. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down. Cowboys and Eagles, of course, such a great rivalry. Last year, the Cowboys got the better of the Eagles both times that they met, with Philly coming off their Super Bowl title. But in weeks 10 and 14, it was Dallas beating Philly by a single possession. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Watch the air. Here we go, 47. 26.
They'll run with Elliott. And he powers his way up past the 30. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. This is Elliott. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick some between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Prescott's throw going to be caught by Gallup. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 40.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he only manages a couple here, down to about the 38-yard line.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Now Prescott. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Fletcher Cox has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Now Greg Zuerlein. We all remember the 57-yarder that sent the Rams to the Super Bowl. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Partner, doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on him. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game, but sometimes it's almost like, oh, what now already? Can't they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, he's probably saying, if you can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? A long one, and he can't connect. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 47-yard line.
Here we go. 120. Time to go, night.
Wentz going to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
Check line 54. 54.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And the pressure gets to him again. Jalen Smith providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Let's go. Let's bring it.
Prescott. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yard. After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. For Zeke, one of the first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his 2nd rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Elliott. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Buying time to his left. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a rush coming, and he's taken down. Fletcher Cox in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simple to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Silver. Sunday. Check three. X3. 218, chop. 52. Check. Let's go. Great.
Derrick Henry. Well, he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bringing an extra defensive back. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Wentz on the draw, leaves it for Sanders. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
At the 23-yard line.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. Hey. We got 3 down.
Prescott now. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
4 down. Chance. Switch. Wide. Get wide. Watch twist.
Prescott from the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Derek Barnett drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down.
And Henry's hit. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And a cut to the right and some, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
Zerline good with a PAT, and the lead grows to 10-0. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This one fielded at the 5.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get in field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them mid-order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Now on first down. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Now to try the Eagle field goal, Jake Elliott. This from 44 yards out, left hash. The kick by Elliott is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Working from the gun, Wentz. His throw complete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin, and it's 3rd down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to... Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Let's go. Take over 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Here we go.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. He sets to fire deep. That's going to be caught. A big play here for Dallas. 42 yards. Well, you had all halftime to think about what you wanted to do to start the second half. They came out with a big one.
Does that not beg the question? What was happening in the other locker room at halftime? Was that the one play they didn't cover as a possibility? Because they just gave up a big, big gain.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike.
Now on 2nd and 13. Wentz. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 14 yards there, and an Eagle first down.
Here we go.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. 17 yards and a first down for Philly.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
On first down, Wentz. Looking for Ertz, but it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. The 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one, that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now this throw caught left side. A big play there on the catch and run. 68 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Go. 54 Mike. Hey, defense, let's go. Hey, kill. Check Mike 54.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And it's caught. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Derrick Henry. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And this is up and good. That'll make it a score now of 24-10. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Let's go, D, let's go. Hey, let's get there.
Here's Prescott. Looking for Cooper. That's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Looking back to Cooper's numbers from last year after that trade, he ended up playing 9 games with the Cowboys in 2018. 725 yards, 6 scores. Also had the 100-yard game in the playoffs against the Rams. And if you add up the numbers between the two teams last year, he was over 1,000 for the 3rd time in 4 NFL seasons. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Elliott. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off the game.
Again, it's Elliott. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. To throw is Prescott. Connects here with a tight end, Blake Jarwin. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. Well, I'm sure he likes his performance a little bit better than last week. He had the 3 interceptions here, none in the 4th quarter, and he's got his guys in front.
Guaranteed he put in a tremendous amount of work this week, but maybe the matchup is just better for him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's almost like those golfers. Certain courses fit their eye, and they like what they see, and other courses, as soon as they tee it up, they know they have no shot. Maybe that's the difference for him. Last week, no. This week, a big yes.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Here's Prescott. And he'll sling that one in there. Complete to Cooper on the comebacker. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking to throw, Prescott, and that will be incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 4-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now this time, Wentz will throw. Deep ball for Goodwin. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. 20, 10, touchdown, Philadelphia. Marquise Goodwin, 96 yards, as his guys are back within a single score.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing, Prescott, and that is incomplete. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And that'll hit and go out of bounds, so they'll start just outside their own 40-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd and 9, Wentz. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning.
Check 13. Check 13. SOS. We're going to 54. Why here? SOS. 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 Gun.
On first down, Elliott. Elliott a first down and more. Power running by Zeke. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 30-yard line.
Go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
80 weapons.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Here we go. 120. It's Great 57.
On the draw, here's Sanders. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Throwing on second and 14. Wentz. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Watch his flag. Watch his flag. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Kill.
Now Wentz. He's going to let it fly. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
46 down, man. 5-4.
Wentz to throw for it on 4th. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. Here's the correct call.
54
Wentz. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Elliott on for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown.
Makes the score Cowboys 31, Eagles 24.
So there is still time, a little over 50 seconds to go, but this becomes a critical onside kick. And the Cowboys are going to secure the football, and with it, they'll just about secure the victory as well. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Check 31, check 31. Undercrunch. Back. Slam. Joker. Sweat, hey.
Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Get ready.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Elliott. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They go to Elliott again. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And the Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Here we go. Kill. 47.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really